Hussein is one of 41 doctors working in Idlib hospital. His most recent patients were brought in from an airstrike by the Syrian regime, and he hasn't slept in 4 days.
More than 70 wounded were brought here, and some of the bodies were completely burned. 19 people died immediately. They all came within 5 minutes in the afternoon. There are more than 1 million people in Idlib city center. There are only 2 hospitals in service. This is why the medical situation is terrible. There's no hope to stop the massacres. The world isn't doing anything for these people, and there's very little we can do.
Among the ruins caused by the airstrikes was 13-year-old Ahmed.
I was working in the shop. My cousin wanted equipment and I went to get it. At that moment, the planes hit us. I saw the shop falling onto us. My arms were injured. My cousin saved me from the rubble, then I was brought here.
On Wednesday, the Syrian regime dropped bombs on an industrial zone in Idlib's city center. On Thursday, everybody joined in on the cleaning efforts, including children.
We're trying to salvage whatever's left of our goods. Regime planes hit us, and we lost everything. All of our goods lie under the ruins of our shops. I lost $4,000 that day. We lost our families, relatives, shops, and our homes.
The locals believe attacks like this carried out by Russia and the Syrian regime are being carried out to force the people to flee out of these areas, which brings into question the ceasefire and whether or not it still holds.
Hussein says they are understaffed, overworked, and overwhelmed with emotions.
All the doctors and hospital staff are under immense stress and psychological pressure, not just me. We're afraid because the wounded could be friends and family, and the world only watches. They aren't doing anything to stop the massacres. The wounded brought to our hospital are mostly children. I don't have a message to the world because they bear witness to all this and do nothing. There's nothing I have to say to anyone.
Despite the latest ceasefire agreement, Russia and Assad's forces continue to attack. As the last opposition stronghold in Syria, the fate of Idlib hangs in the balance. Yasin Eken, TRT World, Idlib, Syria.